Hello, Mr. George. How much you pay for the new guy? $20? No, too much money. He's no good operator. He's not doing nothing.
Welcome to the podcast.
Cut that, please.
I got my boys with me. Of course, we got Andrew Montalvo over here.
What's up, guys?
We got Michael Rydlak.
Yay.
We got Kody Johnson.
What up?
And we got a good time.
And we got,
a hairy dog.
We got a
Ellie
little
Belly.
Ellie Belly running around here.
For the record, it's Kody with a K.
That's true. He's not
He doesn't
the
sound
Kody.
anything like him.
Everybody was wondering.
Give it a shot. Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's get a little
Please.
snippet.
I haven't had too many of these yet.
We're
All right,
trying
we'll
to,
circle
need a-
back.
we're
we'll
trying to
circle back,
grow the
we'll work on
audience.
that.
Let's not, please. We're trying to grow the audience.
Yeah, sorry.
When we
Turn
put on
this
that we had
into a
Kody
music
Johnson on the
podcast.
podcast. That's really going to boom.
Yeah.
Clickbait, and then you go inside. It's actually with a K.
Hey, I'm the Wish version.
That's all right.
The Wish version.
I've heard a few Morgan Wallen off Wish.
Team
Oh,
Mine
yeah,
did
dude,
the
you
deal.
got the whole blonde flowing.
I got the
thing
flow
on back there.
going.
Got
Morgan
Goldilocks.
Dude, we got a
Morgan
whole
Whalen
fucking
from
Yeah,
team.
Morgan Whalen.
Whalen from Whalen from Timu.
Wait, who am I?
Let's not go down there.
You're
That might get a
Slim.
little too appropriate for the audience there.
Slim
Too
Twiggy over
inappropriate.
there.
That's not a real guy.
You need to cut into that video that I sent you and him of that dude with the Mexican music. Oh, okay.
What is that?
Remember that video I sent you off Instagram? I sent both of y'all. I was like, hey, look, it's Tyler. It's a real skinny dude dancing to Mexican
Oh,
music.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That Mexican guy?
Yes.
That's
Hey,
the real
Flaco.
Mr. George. Actually, we got a lawn guy, and he asked me what my name was. I straight up told him, call me Flaco. And he did. He called me because I forgot to pay him.
Is that
He's like,
Flaco?
hey, Flaco.
I used to have a roofer, and his name was Flacco, so that's fine.
Was he skinny?
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
No,
You know what your name is?
Gordo.
Hey, fool. Can say to say anything about you.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
This camera's catching all the right angles today.
Camera adds about 15 pounds.
Yeah, right.
So, what is the weirdest request you've ever had from a homeowner? I know you were talking to me earlier today,
Oh, man.
and a homeowner had already pissed you off for the day. But I don't know. I feel like all of us, I would think we've all probably had something that a homeowner requested. We're just like, I mean, that's kind of outside of my jurisdiction there.
I will say one that comes to mind is a few years ago, I had a customer service call in. I went over to the house and she was complaining about dirt and stuff. She was in the house for maybe 2 or 3 months. And she started talking about the dirt and debris just kind of building up in spots of her house. And I looked over at her kitchen and she expected me to clean her house for whatever reason. And I'm like, ma'am, you're a homeowner. You're responsible for your own house.
Like called a maid.
Yeah,
called a maid.
hire
My
someone
job.
to clean your house.
Hire
or,
Andrew.
Unfortunately, you might have to get a wet paper towel and wipe something down, God
He
forbid.
might have to work.
But no, I look over at the kitchen and she had like spaghetti splash like on her backsplash. And she was like, oh yeah, I was going to get to that. I was like, what were you going to get to it? Is it
dirty
stained?
bitch.
She's like, no, it's just dirty. And I was like, okay.
So is the rest
She was
of the
like,
house.
can you guys clean that for me too? I was like, ma'am, I'm not a maid.
You're kidding.
I'm like, if you have a sheetrock falling off of your ceiling or your corner bead's cracking or something's popping off, I'll fix it for you. But I'm not here to clean up your house because you don't know how to cook spaghetti in a pot.
Like, I built the
Yikes.
house, and then I cleaned it, and then you moved in,
And you got it dirty.
and you got it dirty. And now you're asking me to clean your house for you? I would have been like, actually, I have a great contact, and then just Google somebody and send it to her.
It's called Got Junk. They'll come
Yeah.
in and move all their shit out.
1-800 got junk.
Yeah.
You're done.
Fuck out of my
I'll send him
neighborhood.
Andrew's number and I'll tell him to give him a ring.
Oh, yeah, he'll deal with it.
No touchy.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
No touchy.
No
there's a lot of weird questions that come up, but nothing that's like out of the ordinary, I guess, for now. But a lot of people just don't know how to take care of their own home and maintain it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the most frustrating aspect of it sometimes. But
It's
you
almost
just
like
deal
they got
with
to
it.
come out with a new homeowner for dummies book or something like that for everybody that's never owned a house. It, coming from personal experience, this is like,
Yeah,
me and
because
my
you're a
wife
new homeowner as well.
Yeah, we're new homeowners and stuff, but majority of it is common sense, you would think, right?
Yeah.
It's
You know,
lacking in
majority
today's
of it would
society.
be common sense.
Let
I
me
mean,
have a couple more
obviously,
of these and we'll touch on
spaghetti
that.
Obviously, if something's
sauce.
broken,
I'm
or
going to
something's
call
falling
you
off
to
the
come
wall.
by and clean up my stove.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to let you know.
Hey, Mr.
When my wife cooks and makes a mess, I'll call you.
And like another example of it too is, granite, quartz countertop, stuff like that. That it's a stone that's porous, right?
Well, not a lot of people know
seal
that.
them. We don't seal them. You can't get them sealed.
Yeah.
But people don't know. So they'll spill Coca-Cola. They'll let us sit there for, 30 minutes and then they'll wipe it up and they're like, oh, it's
day.
stained. I'm like, well, it's a rock. Rock's porous. If you spill something on it, even water, it's going to create a darker spot for a little bit.
Right.
Why are you not picking up after yourself immediately when there's spilled liquids?
Yeah.
So I was talking to a guy. This didn't happen to me, but I heard a story because I was dealing with these unlacquered brass handrails, and they turn so fast. Like as soon as you touch them, they start to oxidize and turn different colors.
Oils from
and
your
then-
skin and stuff.
And some, you should probably warn your customer before you install those so they know, like, hey, you're going to have to polish this every 1 to 2 weeks to make it look like it's brand new, or else it's going to turn and look like crap. So our steel guy ended up installing this beautiful exterior fence with unlacquered brass little top pieces on each one of them. And I guess he never told the homeowner, like, hey, these are going to end up turning colors on you pretty quickly, especially because they're outside and they're going to get rained on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, they install them. Oh, they look amazing. A week later, they start turning colors. And she requested that they come out and polish these little pieces every other week for the rest of eternity, I guess.
Forever.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, how
Get
could you even
lost,
have the
person.
audacity to say that in the first place? It's like, you should know first, or the architect probably should have warned you when they spec'd this.
Should have put that in my contract. Like, hey, it's gonna tarnish.
Yeah, you should probably deal with that, or I don't know. That one was crazy.
One thing that I noticed too, and obviously you're more into like custom homes, so these people usually come from a home already. But on my side of things, I'll have people moving in. It's their first time home buyers, whatever. They're coming from apartments, apartments. They have their people that take care of the apartments. They call in a request, get it fixed, whatnot. And these people don't understand that it's not how it works once you buy a home. And that's kind of one of the most frustrating parts about what I'm doing. But at the same time, it's like,
Well,
you
they
just
think
gotta,
you're that guy.
yeah, they think I'm that guy. They think I'm the service guy that just comes up and cleans spaghetti off their backsplash, apparently. But
Yeah, you're
that's-
the lease manager. You didn't know that?
Hello, my
news to
Cody's
me.
called his several times.
Let me
saying,
add that to my resume, I guess.
Never.
Well, it's funny because the higher you go to, I mean, actually, I don't even know. I mean, you're getting crazy calls as it is.
Yeah.
But the more, I guess, the more money these people have, the more entitlement that they have, the more they
absolutely.
expect you to do something.
Absolutely.
And then, but the problem is, like, in my position, I don't mind doing it really because I know that's what I applied for.
Yeah, within reason.
Because
though.
I know I'm applying to work with these people that are in a whole other world than I am. And if they're asking for something crazy like that, it's pretty much just better for me to go ahead and just do it.
Yeah, but it's got to be done within reason. You can't just be at their beck and call because that's also disrespectful to you too. You got to set a boundary though.
But
at the
they
same
don't
time.
see it that way.
They don't.
And
They don't.
Look, Tyler
when they're
gets
paying-
paid to kiss ass.
well, they're paying millions and millions of
yeah.
dollars, and that's at that point. I don't have that. I'm not
Oh,
even
yeah.
close.
In certain
I am
situations,
a
yeah.
peasant in
Like
comparison.
in your
Like,
situation,
really.
yeah, for like where you're at with the clientele you'll have, yeah, of course, for sure. But our everyday ones, it's just like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah, because you still
Yeah.
have your everyday, even lower middle class that sees their entitlement, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's every now and then.
It's true. Everyone has it.
Yeah.
What do they say?
To
It's
what
like-
extent and how do
it's-
they get it?
It's like
Right.
the difference between a $500 client and the $50,000 client.
100%.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
actually, sometimes that $500 client could be even worse.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Like
the same.
way worse.
Like
I can give you prime examples. I can give you prime examples.
Oh, I got a
everybody knows
story.
it's the people that have the hey, this is a lot of money to me. I need to make sure, hey, this is speck of dust there. This is this. You didn't fix that nail right there. Blah, blah, blah. And then you got the 50. Hey, I'll send the money already. It's done. Go do it. Get started, whatever.
You know,
So sometimes that can flop the other way,
yeah.
you know?
It reminds me of something I was telling you about earlier today with my epoxy guy. I would have been that $500 client for my epoxy guy that gave me a really low ball bid.
Yeah.
And we took him because we use him on all of our projects. So we went ahead and had him do the project for us because he has so many projects lined up. Probably $1 million worth of projects lined up. So we can kind of hold something over his head like, hey, these floors aren't working out properly. Come back and do this. But he almost quit today, or he did quit today on me because of how.
What did you do?
No, I didn't do shit.
What happened, Tyler?
It wasn't my fault.
He messed up and he didn't bid the job properly.
Oh, shit.
He didn't bid the job properly, and it ended up being way more work than he had anticipated. He's putting in so many hours of work onto this thing. Any other client, I feel like, would have just been like, I mean, you do your thing.
Yeah.
You know, you gave me a price, get it done. But I don't think, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that's a builder's perspective on this whole thing where he wanted to quit because he underbid it and he was digging a hole that he couldn't get out
Let
of.
me get out before, deeper.
Right.
Because,
But
he still had to buy material and stuff too, huh?
He had to buy the material,
So
the
he was already
labor,
out pretty much.
rent the machine.
So he was already out rental and labor trying to get it up in the first place.
Right.
That was where he was losing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So explain why all of this happened, like how he came to resolve this issue. Ish.
So
Well, it sounds like it didn't get
today.
resolved.
Well, they showed up today. They showed up
Like, you got
today.
an epoxy guy.
Yeah, if anyone's listening, Tyler needs a new epoxy.
Yeah,
guy.
we were hiring.
Hello.
Cody over here. I should have hired Cody on
Send
this guy.
applications to Mr.George.com.
Oh man! So they were gonna epoxy the floors today after grinding and then acid, and then they cleaned them yesterday evening. So today I show up and I rug my hands across it and just covered in dust. There were still clumps of like sheetrock from when we floated the garage on the floor. And I'm like, man, I'm sorry, I don't want to be that guy, but these are not ready for you to start slapping epoxy.
Was
in.
he sanding the floors at all, or
He grinded them down and then we acid them
ended up
and then we
coming
cleaned
up.
them.
Okay.
So then today they were planning on doing the epoxy today. So now they waste another day cleaning the floors, and then they wiped them all down with
prep's everything
with like
for
lacquer
that.
thinner.
Yeah. Prep is everything.
Yeah,
100%.
and they didn't understand that. So I'm the bad guy telling them we have to waste another day cleaning this shit. So the boss shows up after they're done cleaning, and he tells me, he's like, "We're gonna do the floors and the garage, and we're not gonna do the other rooms. We're just gonna be done after the garage. I don't want to mess with the other rooms." I'm like, come on, man. Like, talk to me. Don't just give up on me. I mean, what's the problem here? I told him, I was like, I realize that this is way more work than you anticipated. You know, I'm here with you. Just let me know. What do we need to do to get this thing done? And I mean, I'm willing to, I'm not just going to be like, okay, leave. I'm not going to pay you anything because you didn't get the job done.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, he's worked for our company for, not my company, but the company that I work for over 30 years. I'm like, dude, you've earned enough kudos. Let me just, I mean, no matter who it was, I would have been doing the same thing. I get it. You dug yourself a hole. This is not what you anticipated. Let's
fix it.
See what we can do to get you out of it. I'm not trying to sit here and rob anybody.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think homeowners see it that way.
No.
No, they don't.
No.
They're like, I'm giving you 1 star on Google. You are
BBB
screwed,
reviews.
mister.
That one change order, man. Good.
You're
grief.
in big
Yeah.
trouble, mister.
BBB reviews are a real deal.
Ooh, I need to get some of those.
You know.
All you gotta do is pay.
Yeah, I was about to say
Don't
you're
get me started
paying.
on
You're paying for great on those. So.
Yeah.
You want
Well,
honest
do you mean?
reviews? Google reviews.
BBB, however much you pay, that's your star.
Yeah. It's all about paying, bro.
That sticker is paid
Wait,
for.
what?
Yeah,
No,
BBB.
I
didn't
have
know
a
that?
BBB.
I know,
But I'm an
did,
A.
But did you pay for the BBB application?
Yes, I
Okay.
paid. It was expensive.
Exactly. You got an A. Now, if you pay more, you get an A plus.
No. That's bullshit,
No, I'm
dude.
serious. That's
No,
how that
you
works.
have to
how
get-
BBB
That,
works.
that is how it
BBB
works.
It's paid for grade.
Yeah, BBB, you pay for you can slap it. I want an A plus plus plus. You pay to get an A plus plus plus.
You know what's dumb though?
Google
Is the only one that has
is
it.
what matters because that's
Yeah.
actual people. No one cares, and the actual public now doesn't know that BBB. It doesn't give a
What do you
shit.
mean actual public? I don't fucking know this shit.
Okay, well,
You didn't realize it
Tyler,
when you paid $4,500
Mr.
for.
George.
It wasn't that much.
Good
Shit.
job, business owner.
Yeah, Mr. George.
I got my BBB, okay?
Never mind.
I'm glad you said it because I was heading that direction.
I got my Brazilian butt lift.
So the BBB is all a crock of shit, if you ask me, and people care way too much about it. They should be caring about the actual Google reviews and Facebook reviews and shit like that. Obviously, the verified ones, not the ones that, oh, hey, can you go fucking click on my link and give me a good review?
Yeah.
So, like, go look at those. Don't look at BBB. That doesn't matter because you pay for your A rating. Anybody can go. All the trucks that have stickers on their fucking, shit. Hey, A plus plus plus. They paid for that on their website. A plus plus. They paid
that
for
little, like 1995 Tacoma I saw drive around with an A plus
that. RCAT.
BBB.
RCAT. You pay to become licensed through them. You don't have to go through any fucking courses. Same shit.
Yeah.
That one, I don't think it's worth the rating. It's cool and all. People, the general public doesn't know that it's a paid thing, But again, Google reviews is where it's at. Truly, Google, Facebook, everything like that. But BBB,
So bang.com.
Don't use Angie's. Never mind. Don't. Cut that.
no, fucking say it. Do not use Angie's List.
Don't use Angie's List.
Them
you
or
motherfuckers.
Home Advisor. Fuck you.
Or Yelp. Actually, Yelp's okay.
Isn't
Yelp's gonna get you for that one.
Yelp's
Yelp?
gonna get you. Yeah, because you
the
can't
only
go back
time I
and
ever
delete
see
it.
Yelp-
Off of Yelp.
Well, Angie's List and Home Advisor, they're not exclusive. Even if you pay for exclusive, they're not exclusive.
No,
it's
dude.
such bullshit.
100 people
And
wasting
again,
money, dude.
you pay to
Wasting
get on the
money.
fucking Angie. Oh yeah, we're part of Angie's List. Blah. Same shit. Just like BBB, you pay to be a part of it.
Yeah,
Who's-
you're
Well,
just
same
back
was-
in
is
different
Angie.
platforms. at
Some
that
bitch,
point.
you started Angie's List.
Well, Angie's List used to be. Now it's just Angie's. Angie's List was different. They bought it from them.
Yes, Angie
And
bought
it
it from
changed.
Angie, basically, and
Yeah.
changed it from Angie's List to Angie.
It
And
sounds
then-
like some Chinese conspiracy shit.
Angie's List used to be good when it came out. Then
Yeah, it did.
greed came in and people just started robbing everybody.
And it's
Like me,
literally,
I got robbed by them.
Paying for the BBB's thing just to be on a list, and it doesn't fucking matter. Same with the Home Advisor. People are gonna go on there. They're gonna click roofer, Houston, Texas, and it's gonna be fucking 50 roofers, and they're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
click
Okay.
each one.
So what about Angie's leads?
Wait,
It's
no,
all a crock of
that's the
shit.
same
It's the same thing,
It's the
right?
same
No,
shit,
that's
effectively.
actually what it is. Not Angie's. It's Angie's Leads.
It's all,
Angie's
it's all a
Leads.
crock of shit. It's not
Dude, they
exclusive.
keep calling and calling and calling, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
They're
And
all-
and how much they want you to pay for these
Nope. It's
shit
all
leads is
Yeah, who would pay for
every single.
keep drinking that drink over
Who
there.
would pay for this? Fuck.
Yeah, if you're not door knocking in the roofer industry, who are you?
Yeah, who the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude,
Who
think
does a
about
door knock nowadays? Right? The fuck?
Did you
No,
door knock?
Andrew just has a different
I
approach.
don't.
I'm gonna ask you every fucking podcast. You been door knocking? What the fuck?
You got out walking today? Good
You can
job.
put up flyers.
First off, you went walking.
Well, his truck's so big and loud now, everyone just has to poke their head and
it's
twist their neck a little
Oh,
bit.
dude, what do you mean? This guy doesn't even get on the roof anymore.
Oh,
I used to
know.
get snaps from him up on top of the roof. He
I saw
doesn't-
the drone he bought.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm
That's
actually about to
what it
purchase a
is.
new
He
one.
pushes for
That's what it
I'm actually about to
is.
push a new one. Yeah.
he pushes for drone inspections every time. He's like, State Farm, can we do a drone inspection? Travelers,
I'm not
get us
getting
a
on your
drone
roof. I'm not getting on that shit.
inspection. Can they bring a drone?
I'm gonna throw a hit.
Hey, don't hate working smarter, not harder.
I
It
will
works.
say one thing that
It's
does
working.
crack me up is whenever I get like a third party inspection on a house that's set to close.
Yeah.
And I see them pull up to the house and they whip out the drone, and I'm just like,
Here we fucking go again.
Yeah.
like here
Yeah,
we
no,
go.
seriously.
They're gonna tell me that the roof's messed up because the drone saw this, and I mean it looks cool on pictures and videos. I see the selling point, but
You don't
actually
have
get up
that
there and
actual
see.
Only
ID,
time I
though.
pull that out is whenever it's like stupid steep. And
I mean,
that's
yeah,
it.
if
Other
if
than
it's a
that,
safety reason for sure.
The safety, I'm like, I'm not fucking like trying to play fucking macho. Oh yeah, I climb anything. Fucking 1812, blah blah blah. No, dude.
I
don't want the
remember
fucking
whenever
thing.
I
I don't
was-
give a
bro.
shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't give
I
a
don't climb anything over a 10.
Dude, I remember whenever I was roofing with my dad. I thought I had it all figured out. I jumped on a few roofs and some Sperry's, and I couldn't get down. My
Had
dad
the
had to
same
go down,
paws
take
for
his
a
cougar
year.
paws off, and toss him up so I could
Dude,
get down.
I'm
Hey,
not
Dad.
gonna lie. I climbed the roof in flip flops one time. That was wild.
I remember this.
That's some Texas
That was
shit,
wild.
boy.
I
Anything
think I might have sent y'all a snap while I was up
It's
on
like
this roof.
Briston getting on fucking roofs and fucking
Hey,
on
dude,
sevens and Crocs.
and Crocs. Okay, no, you put them
Hey,
in full
man,
drive,
if you
maybe,
ain't,
but
yeah, if you put on 4-wheel drive, dude, if you ain't crocking, you ain't
Hey,
rocking.
if you
all
never
right?
gotten on a
Can't
roof in
Crocs make sales.
Crocs on a roof, comfy as shit.
Crocs
Until
with
you start-
socks.
Comfy as shit.
Until you start sweating and you're like, oh, fucking slippery.
Crocs and socks at that point, boys.
Slip and slide.
You need a little
No, I
extra
climbed
traction.
a lot of roofs and Hey Dudes, man. Honestly,
that's all I
Hey
wear.
Dudes, and then I've
Please
even
sponsor
heard of
us.
other guys.
Hey dudes, all the time on
Great
roofs.
roofing
Please sponsor
product.
me.
Please sponsor
Please
us.
sponsor.
I
There
need
it
a new
is.
Wait,
pair.
the Hey Dude roofing shoes.
I dripped
we-
oil
Right.
on me the other day.
Another
so-
one, Vans.
Winter.
Oh, Vans are
Vans,
the ways to
I've
go.
heard
Vons, please
rip
sponsor
roofs
us.
It's
like
because-
no other two.
The sole on them has
The
this little
honeycomb type
zigzag
thing.
looking deal on it.
Yeah.
It's just covered in this little like real tight zigzag.
Well, it's also a
That shit
flat
grabs.
shoe, right?
It's flat.
The sole or the base of the
Well,
shoe
and
is
it's like
completely flat.
it's like
so.
a really
Yeah.
good sticky rubber for traction.
I mean,
You know what
so
the
it's a
worst
skateboarding
thing
shoe.
ever
Yeah,
is?
exactly.
Yeah, skateboards is
a lot
grip
of,
tape.
A lot of roofers like wear
What's
the
the grip tape
skateboarding
made
shoes.
out
Yeah.
of is basically
Exactly,
a shingle
same
material.
shit, yeah.
so.
Right.
I'll tell you the worst shoe to be on the roof with.
What?
A worn down cougar paw will fucking kill you.
You don't fucking say.
Oh, dude, you'll start. Hey,
that shit will end you, man. I'm
You ever had a
telling you.
blowout?
that
I
roof
almost-
turns into a
Oh,
ski
yeah,
slope
man.
real quick.
I had an
almost
I had an
fucking lost
inspection
it.
one time, and it was over here in Cinco Ranch, and man, I had those cougar paws worn down. And I remember I was with Brandon. I hope you see this
Oh,
podcast
B-Rad,
because I'm
shout
talking
out.
shit.
Was he okay? Did he, was
No, he was too scared to get on this roof, and so I did the inspection for him, and it was a 10-12, straight up
Was it
two-story.
Allstate?
No, it was.
He's got called out for being a pussy.
He's still waiting on that phone call from Allstate. Damn it. He didn't want to get up there. And man, those cougar paws I had were so worn down. I got up there and I started climbing the valley, and this thing was slippery. And y'all know what slippery is. I mean, granules falling off. I get up halfway, and all of a sudden, this freaking shingle slid. Not only was it slippery and my shit was worn down, but a shingle had fallen out from underneath my feet. And all I did was turn around and look down. My whole life flashed before my eyes. So yeah, no, I know about them cougar paws and them being shallow pads.
Dude, they had a
Fuck
run
that,
for like
man.
a year, like a whole season. They had a run of just fucking bad pads. Everybody across the
Really?
nation was having blowouts, dude.
Oh, what about Louisiana? I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, you saw everybody absolutely hurting and just begging for help, right? And you take as much supplies and everything over there as you possibly
over there
can.
too that time.
Dude, it was absolutely nuts. You
was
show up and there's
so
no
sad.
before the blue tarps, and we can talk about that later. But I mean, we showed up, and I think you said that you had some family friends that were there, right?
Yeah. That's what really
that
brought us there. Was
that
like,
was
we
our
got
in.
connects.
Yeah. You had some connects,
Good
and we got
houses.
in, and yeah, they were really good houses until we met that damn custom home builder. But
Damn you, fucking
Dude,
custom
he-
builders.
fucked us so bad, man.
Big time.
and we were in the process of, you know, we got the license to go over there, and we show up, and so we started tarping this damn roof, man, and that was absolutely crazy. Because if y'all don't know, you know, a lot of those Louisiana roofs, you know, big styles, they have clay hip and ridge cap.
Really?
And then
Made it
and then
nice.
normal
It's
composite
beautiful.
shingles.
Yeah, composite with clay hip and ridge. It looks gorgeous when
It
it's all
does.
done.
100%.
It looks beautiful.
I've never seen one down here. I've never seen one.
It
Yeah, I
was
was
a
about to say.
pain in the fucking
Foster Creek
ass.
Estate.
Only
to
time I've
talk
ever been
inside
to
of
Louisiana is to
there's
go
one house.
roll
one
some
house.
dice. So
Yeah, one house. I'm guessing
that's
they're from
fun,
Louisiana.
we'll talk about that
Yeah, we'll
too.
talk that's for a different podcast.
Yeah, we'll save the golden nugget trips for a different
Hey, you wanna
podcast.
go
But
right
dude, that the one roof, one of the roofs that we got on, and I think it was your parents' friend.
100 and something squares.
Oh, dude, he was massive. 110, 120, something like that. It was a damn good roof.
Those are
But
rookie numbers.
What
very
was
steep.
you're right? It was so
was a
steep,
monster.
dude. It was ridiculous. And then if you try to step over shingles that were missing and some that were loose, and that I mean, talk about treading on light water there. You've got potential shingles that are going to fall out from underneath you on this steep ass roof.
Well,
You ain't got no business being on.
Imagine this roof. It's 120 squares. You have about 50 squares of shingles left on that roof. And you have maybe half of what's missing has underlayment, half of it's straight decking.
And all that decking's so slippery from the granules, everything else.
Yep,
scary
it's
to walk
raining.
on.
We're right after the storm, so it rained for a week straight after that. So we're there during the rain. We have a truck full of 10 different size tarps, about probably 10 of each different size tarps,
And then probably about 6 or 8 rolls of felt.
yes, and all these
And
rolls
like
of felt.
20 boxes of plastic caps.
And 3 dumbasses. And one motherfucker who is so tired half the time he couldn't even get up on the roof. So actually, I think it was you and homeboy. I can't remember what his name.
Steve or something like that.
Sorry,
Can't
for
call him
saying this.
homeboy if you don't know his name, dude. What the fuck is
He'll
that?
probably never find this podcast, but if he
watch him
does, shout
find
out
it.
to Steve.
He's like, that wasn't even my fucking name.
It was B.
It's Sam.
This was the B. B Star Roofing is.
B-Star. Fuck you,
Remember-
B-Star Roofing.
Yeah, dude. Cut
Hey,
that
good
shit
guy,
out.
though.
Don't shout out to another roofing
Nah, I'll
company,
cut it out. I'll
dude.
cut it out.
Yeah.
But
That was seamless.
Right?
Just wait. It will be.
Tyler, I think you need another drink over there, bud.
I'm good. I'm good.
Ellie Belly does it for me.
No, y'all should. I'll show y'all the picture. I'll put the picture. I'm gonna get the picture sent over to me. So I'll put it on the screen of this podcast so you can see
Go
how
hit up
bad
Mike.
it really is. It took us probably 8 hours to do this, and if you
One
look at
house.
it was like a quilt.
Oh, dude, it was terrible.
The roof looked like a quilt when we were done.
It was-
And then he called us the next day, and he's like, "There's fucking water coming in everywhere."
Hey,
Well, at that time,
hey,
honestly,
boss man,
though,
I'm
to
sending
be
my
fair,
best crew, and it's you guys.
to be
I was about to
fair,
say, if
be
I
fair,
sent you two
fucking water.
fuckers up to my house,
the interior was
buckets?
completely fucked. The interior was completely fucked. They hadn't even started working on putting new stuff back in there. They were still deconstructing.
You asked them, you're still staying there? Like, fuck.
Honestly, I would
Dude, they
love
had-
to call that guy and see how he's doing in life. If they moved,
Did you
hey,
ever get the
good
roof
on
done?
them.
They had 50 grand worth of equipment in that house,
Jesus Christ.
like draining it.
Oh, dude.
and mitigating the water damage.
But since then, didn't they get hit by like 2 more hurricanes?
Probably,
they get
yeah.
hit every
But-
other year.
Oh, dude, it
Actually,
was absolutely nuts.
GAF, love them. Sorry, but the next door neighbor,
Trash.
brand new. Fuck you. You sold them forever.
I'd sold
The next door neighbor,
kinds.
not a
'Cause he had
single,
to.
not a
Owen's
single
cornering only.
damage.
Getting
Not
down
a
to Roof
single
Panther.
damage?
Let's go.
Yeah,
Shout out to
that's
my
what
G's.
they would say.
And where was this?
They know.
The next door neighbor at that house, the next door neighbor had GAF.
They made-
So what are you working on right now? What kind of projects are you tackling these days?
Started up a tag team on a 19,000 square foot house, and then in a couple weeks, I'm going to just start a little punch out list on a really nice house.
That one you told me about? The
Yeah,
little one?
in Northwest Houston.
What's going on with that one where y'all were digging a basement?
That's the 19,000 square foot. house.
Okay.
Okay.
All over
Andrew,
me.
Yeah.
if you don't quit stirring up so much,
I can't talk about that one too much though. Unfortunately,
No. I know we can't get into details.
yeah.
Yes,
but
we
I've been working on all that. That
The
one's
stuff that you've sent me
crazy.
so far, I'm pretty interested in it. I think it's pretty cool.
It's pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy.
looked like a freaking swimming pool for a good minute.
Yeah, no shit. What are you licking?
Well,
at?
Yeah.
we're pouring concrete tomorrow in there.
Are you licking
Well, y'all
me?
are digging the hole and y'all ran into
all those piers,
Yeah, all
those
those old piers, man. Like how
Yeah,
old were
what the
those?
hell?
Probably.
That's from that last house, which is I think that house maybe 50 years old, 30, 50 years old.
Piers,
They
really?
didn't go very deep though, which is
No?
wild. They only went maybe 7 feet down.
I wonder why.
For a house
And,
that size?
and now they're specking it. Our piers to go down 13 feet. So
Well, how do you know the square footage on the previous house that was there?
it was probably over 10. It
Is-
was over 10.
Question might be dumb, but is that what they were doing before post tension?
We don't do any of that out here.
Y'all don't do any of that.
We
out
don't
here?
do any post tension.
All of our new constructions all post tension.
I know. I actually went to a concrete class the other day. Now I know more than Andrew now about
He does know
concrete.
more than me because he went to that class.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I was like, Andrew should
makes the
fucking
calls
be.
and
I
stuff. Sets the guys
guarantee
up.
it.
I got a
Yeah,
shot
no,
in my ass
what are
that
the
day.
odds?
Andrew's
I got a
really
shot-
good at
I
watching
got a-
concrete dry.
Hey, I got a shot in my ass and I found a baby that day. It was great.
You found a baby.
Dude, you would have learned about post tension. That shit
was
is crazy.
wild.
Post tension's
day for Andrew.
wild.
It's actually
I know
Absolutely
it's
wild.
very interesting. One of the
It's wild.
neighborhoods that I manage, the virgin dirt's clay. A lot of driveways that I had here recently, they all started heaving. Right, we don't dow into the slab.
No,
so,
no, you don't
but
wanna do that.
it's still, even if we did, the heaving would still cause those driveway pads to crack.
Mhm.
Anyways, because of the drought that we had last year and all that stuff, 3 months of no rain, 110-degree weather, and then after the rain finally did come in, that
Oh,
dirt started
Dude,
moving.
it expanded
started
and
moving.
contracted. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many driveways I've busted out here recently just because of driveways heaving. And y'all are aware what heaving is, right? Yeah. So like you have the edge of the lip of the garage, and then you have the driveway. It's just creeping up,
Yeah.
and it's slanted, or it just starts heaving, and then it cracks in the middle.
They
So
talked about
it's
that
been
at that
such
class.
a pain in the ass.
And man, I can't remember I don't think there was any real solution to it besides putting sand under your driveway.
Yeah, so that's one thing that I'm tackling right now is the future driveways that I'm going to be pouring.
All sand.
We're going to scrape out deeper than we need to. We're going to drop a load of sand, like fine grade sand.
Yeah.
And we're going to, pack it down and try to pour on top of that to hopefully
Body come back.
It's actually really, I think that's a good thing to incorporate in most of the things that you do
Us come
slab
back and
wise.
compact, and we regrade and final grade with red bank.
Red
And then
bank sand.
And then we do our only
What's
time
red
we ever
bank?
dowel is whenever we go into like an older home.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, if it's newer homes, we don't do it. But when it's an
No.
older home that's already been settled in,
Well,
it's
you don't
been
want to
there-
do it into a newer home because
Yeah.
you could drill into, say, a post tension cable.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you
yeah,
could,
yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
that
yeah.
is
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I learned the other
No.
day.
Dude,
So newer
those
Have you
homes-
ever
tensions.
watched a video on YouTube?
Hairball floating around.
pet that dog.
Okay, seriously, and
Can I pet that dog?
Go on, Melly,
Do you
baby.
know anything about post tension?
I know it's scary as shit if you snap one of them.
Dude,
Have you ever watched a
Actually-
video on it? It can literally slice you in half.
well, this roofer was up on the roof and he was hammering down some rafters, and all of a sudden, his whole side of his roof falls on the ground. A huge explosion, and the side of his roof falls. And he runs out to the superintendent. He's like, "Mister, I just
George.
I just broke your roof. I just broke your house, And he goes up there and he finds out that post tension cable was compressing that slab in a spot where there was a cold joint coming around. So a cold joint's where you have where they poured a little bit of concrete, doesn't fill up the whole form all the way, and it dries. And now they pour more
Sets
on
on the
top. So now you have 2 layers of concrete. Well, the post tension cable goes right between it. And dude, I don't remember how much pressure it is on them, but they pull
So
them
the
so
post tension
tight.
was in between. It was on the cold seam.
It was on the cold joint, and it busted through it. Boom! It blew up. His framing fell into the hole, and the fucking guy almost fell off the roof.
Baltazar is about to get here.
Our
That's our
food guy.
Chick-fil-A
Got our nuggies.
Uber
Our
Eats
nugget guy.
driver.
Dude, yeah,
So yeah,
it's wild.
post tension's a whole like we haven't really like I can get cruise for that, but that's something that I'm not ready to take that liability yet.
Well, it's a whole.
Yeah,
that's
it's a big deal.
That's a whole-
It's a
that's a
big
whole
deal.
slab. That's a whole home slab.
A slab on
Yeah.
grade, rebar all day long, but post tension,
But I'm over here telling you need to get into it. I'm over here telling you need to.
I
You need
want
to grow.
to, but I'm like I don't know if I
It's
wanna
not
get
that
into
bad. It's not that bad, dude.
I have crews I can get
It's just your life.
Damn, I wish you would have went
Not
to that
that
class. I wish you would have went to that class.
I
Because
wish I had to get a shot in
it's
my ass
so
that day.
simple. It's so. I'm not blaming you for it. I'm just saying. I'm not blaming you for not going at all. I'm just saying, like, I really
And I really
think
wanted to go because I knew it would have been so beneficial, beneficial.
because it opened my eyes to showing me how simple concrete is. Really, it's a Betty Crocker mix, and you just have to treat it right.
Yeah, dude. Like you'll catch the guys every now and then. Like on my side of things, like you have to be present. Like you can't just sit in the office. You can't just sit in the truck. You got to be out there. You got to communicate. You got to build those relationships because if you don't build relationships, they don't know you, they don't really respect you.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like
100%.
already kind of just because situational where we are in America, the trade base is, there's a
It varies.
yeah,
And you
it
never know who you're
varies.
hiring
But
if-
regardless, I don't speak the language that they speak. But the fact that I stand out there with them and I watch the concrete come
sweat
out
with them.
I sweat with them from a distance. But
Yeah.
the fact that I'm out there and I'm supervising what they're doing, they kind of respect that a little bit. So whenever I ask for a favor, I'm like, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. They kind of put in a little bit more effort. So on a side note, it's always good to be present, show respect,
big part
say
of the job.
thank you.
Respect your
Yeah,
guys.
that's
yeah, no, 100%.
That's the biggest thing.
It really is. I mean,
And that goes down to all trades. I know we're talking concrete, but that's for
Respect your
everything.
Yeah, no,
guys.
that's everything.
Electricians, AC, trim carpenters, painters. Saying thank you goes such a long way.
I mean, your
Even
flooring guy
if they're
could've
there on the day that you scheduled them
just said,
for.
screw it.
yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
really could have.
He really could have.
I've seen some
But it wouldn't have
janky
been good for him.
tile installs in my day.
I mean, being a superintendent, you don't know who you're going to be hiring all the time. Sometimes, and just me joining into a new company and they're telling me who to hire, I don't know who they are. I don't know if this guy
don't
that
have
is
that
doing
relationship
my
with them.
job,
Yeah.
I'm not, okay, so I'm talking to the boss here. I'm talking to the owner of that company. He's coming out to bid the job, or he's already bid it, and now he's sending his guys out to do it. I don't know if
Right.
these guys have ever been on a job
Yeah,
before.
you don't know those guys.
So,
Well, you don't know.
You
so-
have to show face. You
and
have to
then here-
supervise.
and then
You
here's the
have to
thing.
be there.
What if the guy that, you have a different level of quality in your mind compared to the other guy, right? And they're not up to your par. Oh, they've been using for years, but I don't like the way he does this just because you know what I mean?
yeah.
And you got to build that relationship with those guys too. You got to earn their respect and they got to earn yours.